Hi guys, how you doing? It is Victoria Player here on victoriaplayer.com, helping women entrepreneurs to combine their passion and purpose, confidently step into their spotlight and create a unique, rewarding and thriving business doing what they love. And welcome to another live. This is becoming quite a regular occurrence, coming from my car as well, because those of you who know me will know that at the moment I'm living out in the country and the internet connection is not the strongest. So going live is a bit hit and miss. So I've been really getting into the habit of doing the school run and striking whilst the iron is hot. So here I am again. Yesterday I went live over at my personal page. So some of you may be joining me over here at my business page. But I've got a really great topic for you today, and I know that it is going to resonate with many of you, because one thing I know about us women coaches and consultants, women in business, is that time is always something that we're playing with. And so today I want to speak about this idea of working hard and working smart in order to get the results you're looking for in your business. Now, I know that all of you are doing what you can to get the word out about what you're doing. You know, you're implementing this and that. And I know a lot of the women I speak to share with me that they really aren't seeing the results that they're looking for. So what I want to say on that, you know, time is definitely a playing field that levels us all, because each one of us, you know, it doesn't matter how busy we are, the time issue is the great leveler, in that we each have the same 24 hours in a day. And so, you know, some people in that time make a great success of their business. Other people don't so much. So what this boils down to is the question of how are you using your time? Because, of course, some of the most wealthy people in the world are those that are, you know, they have the same 24 hours in a day that we do. So, you know, this is about working smarter in the 24 hours you have, not harder, because one thing I know is none of us wants to add more stuff. None of us wants to get into more overwhelm. None of us wants to add yet another thing to our to-do list. So what I would recommend, my tip for you today, is to really get focused in on the money generating activities, the things that are going to speed up your results and bring you those results in the shortest time possible. Now, as I said, this isn't about doing more. This isn't about adding another string to your bow. It is about streamlining and simplifying and getting 100% focus on the things that are actually going to move you towards your desired outcome in the shortest time possible. And sticking with those things until you start to see some momentum with them. Also, I find when it comes to actually focusing on success strategies, a lot of women try things for such a short period of time and then sort of think, okay, well, that didn't work. Let me move on to something else. So they're jumping around like a busy bird from perch to perch without really giving themselves a chance to really embody and perfect the strategies that they're using. And also, they're not really giving themselves time to test the market. You know, everything takes time to tweak and perfect, because although across the board certain strategies work, they need to be tweaked and perfected for your style of marketing and for your style of business. And so what I find is people give up way too quickly. So I would choose a few things and get so that you're doing them really well. And working in a much more streamlined, smarter way, and really honing in on the things that are going to bring you the results in the shortest time possible. So I know for myself, in the early days of my business, I was working my ass off. I was absolutely determined that I wanted to be successful and to make really great money and get my name out there. However, I was working a lot of hours. I was sort of getting up at the crack of dawn and often working way into the night. Unfortunately, I was single at the time, so I could do that. However, when my son came along, things had to change because I am a lone parent. We've never had any support from my son's father. And so I brought my son into the world on my own whilst running my business. So that was an enforced way of making me get more streamlined and more focused in my business, because I couldn't be, looking after a newborn and working the kind of hours that I was. And I'm sure many of you can really resonate with that yourselves, those of you especially who have kids and perhaps you're doing a full-time job and trying to set up your business. So these things really have to be fine-tuned. And so what I found is that it forced me to get focused on the money generating activities, because I simply didn't have the time to waste in areas that weren't going to absolutely bring me results. So what I would recommend with you, some of the tips I would love to share with you today is, first is one, get focused on those money generating activities. Get clear on what those things will be. Do a short list. Be 100% clear. Ask yourself, is this activity that I'm carrying out in this very moment, is it bringing me closer to enrolling a client or generating some income at the end of this week or in the next couple of weeks? Because if it isn't, it needs to be something that you shelve for the time being. So do a checklist and get really clear on what those things are. The second step is to then block out time in your calendar to work on these money generating activities. Now, I say block out time in your calendar because, as we know, when it comes to marketing, for a lot of us, we don't love marketing. So it's something that we put on the back burner for a later day. And so if you schedule it to happen as though it is an appointment, you are going to show up for yourself and your business success in the same way that you would show up for an appointment of some shape or description. But this one is going to be something that's going to bring you amazing results in your business. So that's the second step. Block out time in your calendar. And one of the things I teach my clients is that realistically, they only need to spend about an hour a day focusing on the money generating activities. Hi, Suzette, how are you? Am I going to see you tomorrow in Brighton at the MNC meeting? I hope I see you there. So thanks for joining me today. Block out that time in your calendar and schedule it like an appointment. Make it a non-negotiable. And as I was saying, you only need to spend about an hour a day on these money generating activities. And the beauty of that is that once you've done it, if you sit down, you do it in the morning, every single morning, you spend that focused time just knuckling down into the money generating activities. You know that even if you've do nothing else that day, you've done what it takes to ensure that you're experiencing results in your business, which means, increased clients and that repeat and increased cash flow as well. The third step is to know exactly what you are going to do in that time. One of the complaints I hear from a lot of women I work with when they first come to speak with me, they say, I spend so much time thinking about what I'm going to do next, or just, not really focused on the task at hand, that they spend a lot of that time just humming and hawing. So this is about having a very clear plan in place so that when you're in that money generating time, you can get in, you can get focused, you can work on the tasks at hand, and you can get out. Job done. this doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to take up more of your time. But you need to know exactly what strategies are going to work for your business and that are aligned with the, your natural gifts and talents and the ethos of your business, and also the strategies that are actually going to connect you with the people you are here to serve. That way, you're not mimsing about on just these fluffy things. Because what I find is a lot of people are working on visibility strategies. So they may be blogging, or, they may even be going out networking, or they may be hosting live streams like this. But it's what you're doing aside from that, you have to be a lot more assertive in your efforts to bring business in your world. So, when it comes to money generating activities, it is somewhat about asking for the sale. Now, I'm not saying you have to have be like a pushy, salesy internet marketer, but one thing you need to be asking yourself is, how many conversations are you having on a day-by-day basis? Are you ever asking for the sale? Are you being quite direct? Because often, if you're not doing it, it's just not going to happen. And I was definitely guilty of this in my early days of business. I was doing a lot. I was putting the word out there, but I always stopped just short of the finish line. I was blogging, I was vlogging, I was doing a lot of videos, I was sending emails out to my list. I was being very visible and sharing a lot of great content and bringing a lot of value. And I know that if you're watching this now, you care about that. You care about people you serve, and you care about bringing them value. But what I found for me, because I'm quite a giving person, I was bringing value, but then never asking people or inviting them to take the next step. And actually, it took me a long time to realize that actually I was not serving people to the best of my capability by always holding back, because I had this resistance to being salesy or pushy. I was always in the providing of value mode, and I never got to actually inviting people to take the next step. So I'd say, this is what you need to be thinking about, like I am now. But they're never saying, look, there's more to this, and let me share with you how I can help you do that. I never invited them to take the next step. I never actually asked for the sale. Now, quite miraculously, the day I realized that I was sabotaging myself in this way, I started to ask for the sale. And lo and behold, everything started to come in. So, these are what I'm talking about when I say, structure your time, focus on the money generating activities. There's lots of different ways of asking for the sale without being pushy and salesy, without annoying people. There is a balance to, sort of happy medium in terms of how much value to give and when to ask for the sale in comparison to that. Because, people don't mind you actually being more proactive in your business if you are bringing them value too. It's a trade-off, shall we say. But yeah, know exactly what you're going to focus on in your money generating time. And then the fourth step is to set very short deadlines for yourself. What I find is that, a task will expand to the time frame that we give it. And one of the things I find that sabotages women's success so much is this never-ending deadline that they set for themselves. So, when you want to get a result, be clear on what that result is. Be very clear on that goal, whether it's, I want to enroll this many clients, I want to fill a workshop with this many people, I want to generate, I have this bold money goal for this month. Be very specific on what your goals are And then you can break down what needs to happen in order for those goals to be achieved. And then you need to keep those deadlines short. No, I have to do this, this, and this in this time frame in order to meet that goal, rather than leaving it like an open-ended task that just goes on forever. So I hope those steps have helped you today, and just be mindful, as you're going about your day to day, think about, just review the activities that you're doing in a moment by moment basis. And actually an exercise that you may find really works well is just to have, either whip out the notes on your phone or have a notebook to hand where you jot down the task that you're doing. And just notice what you're doing on a day-by-day basis and record, is this actually a money-generating activity? Or is this something I'm doing just to fill my time? Is it actually bringing me closer towards the outcome that I'm looking to achieve? So are you working smarter, or are you just working harder? All right, so I'll leave you with that to reflect upon today. If you are somebody who has been in that going through the motions process, where you feel you're doing a lot of activity but not really seeing any outcomes, you're not seeing those activities result in people signing on the dotted line and becoming a client, and if you're not reaching your monthly bold money goals, then let's talk. Let's solve that, because whether you have a family or perhaps you are setting up your business around a full-time job and you're looking to transition out of your business and into a full-time, having your business support you full-time, then, a plan can be made to work in short bursts of time to get you maximum outcomes in that, those small window frames. But like I said, you need a plan to make it happen. So it's not about working harder, it's about working smarter. So if you would like some support in creating a plan and potentially looking at how I can help you do that, then hit me up, direct message me, post in the comments below, share with me what your challenges are, and we can look at where the gaps are and what areas you need to focus on to make this work for you. So tune in again, and if you enjoyed this, by the way, please do share it, and in future I'm going to be live streaming on the regular. So if you do enjoy these live streams, please do tap the heart button, share away. It just lets me know that you're enjoying them. And if you enjoyed this also, be sure to keep your notifications on, because I'm going to be, it seems my car is becoming the place to live stream from. So I will probably be live streaming tomorrow in exactly the same spot. So I look forward to seeing you then, and have a great day, guys. Take care. Bye for now.